Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Crusader Kings 3 tutorial walkthrough. Last episode, I apologize for the audio glitches. It just didn't want to do what it was supposed to do. But at least we're starting off on a good foot. And we're going to do our very first war. Now, as a first task, let's remind your neighbor, the Earl of Desmond, which is here, who his rightful liege truly is. If it happens to expand your realm, so be it. Using the character interaction system that we went over earlier, and selecting him via the map, declare war on the ruler of Desmond. You should already have a valid casus belli, as his title is de jure a part of your realm. For more hands-on experience, we will now walk through what happens in the flow of a war. Declare war on Earl Weirdock of Desmond. So what we can do is, if we hold over there, we go to his name, we click him, right-click, declare war, we can seize the earldom of Desmond. So what we'll gain is, he'll become our vassal, he'll share 400 prestige with us, which will go towards this, make us more famous. It'll increase his opinions of his allies. It increases his opinions of his allies based on their contribution. I gain 40 fame, and my allies share 400 based on their contribution. So the more they help, the more they profit. Let's do this. War declared. Declare war. Okay, I understand. Okay, you've successfully declared war. Next, you should rally your armies. A button has appeared at the bottom of your screen to help you, so raise all armies down here. You can also do it through the military tab by going here and then raise all armies if you want. You can also do it from a rally point. That's another way of raising your armies, is by clicking the rally point and just having them all go to that specific rally point. That's helpful if you have land in another area and you don't want to go from here. You can go all the way on somewhere else. So like down in Africa or something, if you have a land there, make a rally point there. So let's raise our armies the quick way. Which, doing it that way, it raises it to the closest one, which just happens to be in Luminic. To move your army, left click on the army, so boom, and right click on the area you want them to go, perhaps the enemy capital of Barony. If you order your army across waters, it will embark, turning it into a fleet. For now, let's stay on land. So in the previous game, they didn't have that. You had to actually make boats, and then make them go onto the boats, and then from the boats, you had to make them go to the land, make them get off the boats, and then the boats would sit there. They made it way less tedious now, so now, as soon as they hit water, they automatically turn into a boat, and they just go. There's no, water unit. Okay, so I understand. So this is the capital. Usually it shows the capital with wherever this coat of arms is. So in this case, it's right here. Now that your army is moving, it is probably heading into battle with enemy forces. This can be a head-on encounter with other armies, or the start of a siege. Battles will happen automatically if two hostile armies cross paths, so boop, they'll just automatically start fighting. Similarly, sieges occur when you place your army on an enemy holding, so usually holdings are marked off with rounded areas. They're usually circled off areas, so there's one there, 2, 3, 4, and those are how you can find the various areas. If you can usually take that, you can claim an entire area. This is a good time to unpause the game if you haven't done so yet. Otherwise, time stands still and your army will not. There, we're gonna click our plus on our D-pad so we can have them moving. We have a wedding celebration. We have our first decision ever. I love the sound of fire. It's so relaxing. So nice. With my marriage to petty Queen Hunid, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well, very well, within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. Of course I will collect it. In which case, I gain money. Or I'll let my subjects enjoy the festivities without worry or care. In which case, I become more prestigious, and I become more famous. Who pays for their own wedding? Everybody. We're not gonna do that, dude. We can afford it. We can afford 75, that's nothing. So I'll just speed up time. Just 3. The outcome of a battle between two armies depends on the number of things. The number of levies both sides have, which, if any, men-at-arms either side is using, the commanders involved, and even the terrain you're fighting on. Yeah, some people have terrain advantage because they just know the land better. Kinda cool, you know? More details can be gleaned from the combat view. Click on your fighting army to open it. I understand. No, my counselor died! So this is how we'll see it. So right now we have more. So we're probably gonna win. Okay, we won. Usually it gives it a second to be like, oh yeah. Victory! Your army is attacking an enemy holding, which is seen with this thing. That's how you check. So this is the amount of soldiers that they have protecting the holding. This is how many are attacking the holding. It's usually how it works. Whenever a siege is won, it takes a few rounds of attack. The area will become occupied, changing its regular color on the map to a striped one, usually represented by whatever your color is, typically. In which case, I'm pretty sure mine is like a dark green. It'll be this shade of green. Typically. The color of the stripe shows who has occupied a holding. Since your color on the map is green, holdings that you have occupied have green stripes. It's more like a lime. Because this is also green. These are green. Those are all green. Just saying. So, by the Kingdom of France, however, would have blue stripes, one occupied by the Kingdom of England, red, and so on and so forth. And winning sieges also is the best way to win a war, as they increase your war score. So now we're at 19% because we are attacking Earl Muirdoc of Desmond. Basically, to win a war, you have to get to 100 in your war score, 100%. Otherwise, you really can't enforce any demands. Otherwise, you can surrender. I suggest never surrendering, as it makes your allies lose opinion of you, like, significantly, and it takes a lot to gain it back. White peace is like a kind of, I won, but let's call it even, okay? I won just to show I'm mighty, but hey, just in case. It goes from -100 to 100 and changes based on battles and sieges won or lost, as well as territory occupied. At 100 war score, you can force the other side to accept your peace offer. Conversely, at -100 war score, they can force you to accept their peace offer. Usually, it's impossible to not accept it. Usually. So there's victory, which is obviously you get 100%. You gain all their titles within whatever the war target is. And they usually have to pay you if you're the one that started the war. Otherwise, it's the vice versa. White peace is like a peace offer. Basically, both sides will agree that the war is no longer worth pursuing. It's a pointless war. It's just like, just stop. No reason. With white peace, the attacker typically still loses some piety or prestige, but far less with a humiliating defeat. Basically, it's like, it's not like waving the white flag, it's just like, this is a pointless war. Let's just stop. No point. Defeat, pretty self-explanatory. You lose. You get never -100. They gain everything. They don't lose anything. So let's have this siege happen. We're gonna increase it by all the way. Or not. I'm sitting... Okay, this is a war thing. So this is how you can tell what this is related to. Usually this means war. It has to do with how the war will go. Map table with Mayor Delgus and Earl Ragnvald discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Ragnvald bangs his fist on the table and loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies, while Douglas, I think it's Douglas, sits back and patiently advocates for us to secure critical locations and wait for the enemy to come to us instead. So we either wait them out, or we're just like, okay, let's just deal with you, okay? It is my right to decide our ultimate course of action. You can be the person that's just like, let's do both. Let's see which one works. But you have to have martial skill. To see your martial skill, you need to have a pretty good martial skill here. Usually it's if it's your highest stat. Usually you should be fine. I'm gonna go with that just because we're good. We have the martial skill to do that. Okay, we've just won the war. Petty Queen Hunted gained the trait of pregnant. Oh, great. Our wife is now pregnant. Good for us. We're gonna have a, how do you put it? We're gonna have a child. And that child is gonna continue our legacy. I mean, unless they're female, in which case, when they get married, our legacy just goes, you know? Just ends. That's the end of the family name, you know? We're able to enforce demands on the enemy. Right-click that character and select Offer Peace, or click on the war score to open the same menu. We're gonna go there. We're gonna enforce demands, meaning he will become our vassal, and we will gain his land. It'll be ours. No one else. Just ours. He don't need land. Screw him. And we'll gain fame. We'll become more famous. To my liege, blessings upon you and your house. You are much greater foes than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Signed, Earl Murdoch MacCarthad of Desmond. Great. We did it. We did it. Congratulations on your victory. You have now... I'm gonna move this actually over, give me a second. Congratulations on your victory. You have now experienced what it is like to make it through an essential part of the game. From now on, we will stop the tutorial lessons appearing. You will, however, still be able to get some advice. If you open them when they pop their alert at the top of the screen, in this advice, we will elaborate on the most important things you encounter. Thank you for staying with us, and good luck. I understand. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna end this episode here. Next episode, we're gonna get straight into just letting the rest of the story play out. We're gonna save here. We're gonna let it basically be like, okay, you know, we're gonna see if we can get through whatever his main mission is, which I think it's to conquer all of that island in particular. So we're just gonna end it here, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Remember, if you like the video, click that thumbs up. If you don't, click the thumbs down. And remember to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video gets uploaded. I'm trying to upload at least once a week. I know I didn't do one yesterday. Oh, last week. I'm sorry. I got distracted, not gonna lie. But I will see you guys in the next episode, which should be next week. Still gonna call it under the tutorial playthrough. See you then. Oh my gosh, same person. Same person killed me.